Morning, Louis. This morning we're seeing, of course, that winter weather is coming, affecting vast parts of South Africa from the Western Cape. Just remind our viewers what is causing these extreme conditions we've been experiencing since yesterday.
Good morning, Dan. Yes, as one might expect, a cold front is causing the extreme weather over the western parts of South Africa. And this is what our current satellite picture looks like. And it's a really big cold front. It's extending very far north at the moment. It's reaching Namibia as well as Botswana. And from our satellite imagery, we can see lots of cloud moving in behind this. And that really indicates where the cold air is. And that is, as my colleague Annette Venter mentioned a little bit earlier, polar air that's being pulled up from very far south of the country. Temperatures are plummeting over the western half of South Africa at the moment, and along with that, we see lots of bubbly cloud reaching our shores, showers and even thunderstorms reaching the area, as well as snowfall over those regions.
Okay, now we hear there's a lot of talk about snow. Some people might want to go up and about to frolic in the snow with this front, and even possible snow on Table Mountain, we heard earlier. Where is the snowfall expected?
Well, Dan, as Annette mentioned just a few minutes ago, there's already snow falling over the mountains in the Western Cape as well as in the Northern Cape. Take a look at this picture that was taken in Sutherland in the Northern Cape this morning, already having had significant snowfalls in the area. We're starting to see these images coming through on social media, and we'll see a lot more of them in the next few hours as well. But where exactly are we expecting snow? Well, over a fairly broad part of western and southern South Africa. This is our rainfall accumulation picture for the next day or so. And we can see snow already over the mountainous areas in the Western Cape, parts of the Northern Cape around Sutherland, between 10 and 20 centimetres of snow possible in that area. And that's what the Weather Service calls disruptive snowfalls, so it could cause problems for travel within that area. And then we'll see lighter snowfalls extending over to the southern parts of the Northern Cape, elsewhere over the area. We could see snow around Fraserburg as well as towards Carnarvon, Daard. A small possibility there could be some flurries in the area as well as Colesberg. So people travelling along the N1 towards the Western Cape or northwards could experience a few flurries in the area. In the Eastern Cape, mostly over the mountainous areas, we're not expecting heavy snow for that area, but light snowfalls still possible for today. And we could see some snowfalls fairly far south, close to the coastline, to the interior just of George. And this is mainly over areas above 1,500 metres above sea level. So still fairly highly elevated areas, but not only confined to the mountains.
Okay, well, high ground snow, but we've seen a lot of rainfall at the weekend. Luis, can we expect more heavy rainfall?
Well, much of the heavy rain is now over. We're starting to see the showery conditions moving in behind the cold fronts, but we're still expecting another wave of rain to reach the Western Cape over the next few hours. And this is our rainfall accumulation for the rest of today as well as into tomorrow. So we're not seeing massive amounts of rain anymore. The main rainfall event has already taken place over this area. But the region that received heavy rain is still going to see an excess of 20 millimetres over the course of today. So that's in addition to the rain that's already taken place. So already saturated conditions, more rain in the forecast. And along with that, the coastal areas, although there's no possibility of snow, we could see ice pellets or small hailstones affecting some places. And we had quite a few of those taking place overnight in Cape Town already and some of the surrounding areas. So it really is icy weather across many parts of the Cape provinces today.
Sounds like it's more good news for the dams. Now, talking about the temperatures, I mean, it's pretty much cold, I guess, down in Cape Town. Will Gauteng feel any effects of this cold front? You said in your earlier report that the cold front had been slicing its way through into inland South Africa.
That's correct, Dan. We are really expecting this front to sweep across South Africa. There will be no parts of the country untouched by the system. And I'm going to take you to just a quick check of today's maximum temperatures. And we can see these shades of blue and green over the central and western parts of the country where really icy cold weather is taking place. As Annette mentioned earlier, Sutherland, we're only expecting a maximum of 1 degree Celsius for today. Bloemfontein, 10 degrees if you're lucky. Gauteng, for the meantime, starting to feel the colder air reaching the area. But the real temperature change is going to be happening overnight as well as into tomorrow morning. And we are expecting tonight to be the coldest night so far of this weather and this winter. And take a look at these minimum temperatures. This is into tomorrow morning. And these shades of purple indicating where temperatures will drop below -5 degrees as we head into your Tuesday. That includes parts of the northwest, the Free State, the Mpumalanga Highveld, the interior of the Cape provinces, along the coastline, single digits likely, although for Durban and Richards Bay, staying staying in the double digits overnight. So that cold air will be spreading across the country in the next 24-hour period. Really, really icy cold conditions.
-2 in Joburg tomorrow morning. What other warnings have been issued for today? What should we look out for, Luis?
Okay, 4 warnings have been issued by the South African Weather Service. I'm going to go through them quite quickly. The first is for those disruptive snowfalls over parts of the Western and Northern Cape, as well as an alert, which is just a watch for the Eastern Cape, where we could also see lighter snowfalls that we've already seen. So do take care, especially if you're travelling through the region. The second is for gale force winds. Those are along the south coast as well as the Eastern Cape coastline. This is between Cape Agulhas and Port Alfred. There are already very strong winds in place around PE and East London today. Those are set to continue for some areas. And heavy rain, this is really just due to the continuation of rain over the saturated area, as mentioned earlier. That's over parts of the Western Cape. So localised flooding still possible for some places, but those conditions will start easing off as the day goes on. So that's mostly at first. And then lastly, there is a warning in place ahead of the cold front for high fire danger conditions in the Eastern Free State, as well as the central parts of KwaZulu-Natal.
Well, a short while ago, you gave us a sneak peek into the temperatures for tomorrow. Just overall, Luis, what does the rest of the week look like weather-wise?
Okay, so things are going to clear up as we head into tomorrow in terms of rainfall, and things stay mostly clear for the rest of the week, but temperatures are going to be very slow to recover. So we are going to see a slow warming taking place, especially over the western parts. Gauteng, you're going to stay chilly, certainly not as warm as it was over the course of last week and this weekend. So cold conditions staying in place, but we're not going to see the snow and rain persisting after tomorrow.
Thank you very much. That's our colleague, eNCA's meteorologist, Luis Fernandes. Now you've got a pretty good picture